And rolling, and welcome to Hoosier GNCC. I'm Chuck Lemaster.
Checking 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's try this one, see if this one's any better.
All right. That's the tourist microphone right there that we were having trouble with this morning. Yeah. Okay, Rodney will get that microphone fixed, but I've got Rodney's here. So we are off and rolling. Chuck Lemaster with Team Faith, privileged to be here. Call this micro ATV race for you this morning. These kids are off and rolling, and I'll tell you what, we've got a battle on our hands this year. We are 6 rounds into it now, 5 rounds complete. After 5 rounds, we are locked in an arm wrestling contest between Cody Buchanan and Bryson Dickerson, 97 points apiece. They are tied for the championship right now. Cody Buchanan has been the one that has won the last 3 rounds in a row. As Bryson Dickerson with the first 2 wins. Then Cody Buchanan came on strong the next 3 rounds, but it's been Bryson Dickerson who typically has the hole shot, typically leads for the first half of the race, and then Cody Buchanan gets untangled and charges from behind to make the pass late in the race and has come out with the win. However, today we've witnessed Cody Buchanan with the hole shot, Bryson Dickerson on his rear bumper. So these kids are off and rolling into the woods right now. I anticipate 30 minutes of bar-banging action here at the Hoosier GNCC. In our XC2 class, it's Jase Strauss, who has been dominant so far this season. 4 wins in a row. Clayton Sampson came out swinging at the Big Buck GNCC in South Carolina. He got the first win in that XC2 class. Then it was Jase Strauss who's come on strong. The last 4 has a 2-point advantage in the championship points series so far. In our 50 senior, 6 to 7 years old, J.P. Pickens has 4 out of 5 wins. Bo Collins has 1 win. J.P. Pickens has a slight advantage of the championship points in that class. Our 50 junior class has been dominated by Kason Jennings, 5 wins in a row for Kason. And in our 90 stock class, this has probably been one of our most interesting classes of the season so far. 5 races, 5 different winners in that 90 stock class. That 90 stock class, of course, running the 4-stroke ATVs. So we'll keep an eye on all of these classes as we bring you the race action here at the Hoosier GNCC. I hear some 2-strokes blasting through the woods right now as I'm standing up here at the finish line with Ricky Towery. He says it's time to go. We are GNCC racing. Looking forward, will it be the green A-arms or will it be the orange bumper or will it be a complete surprise popping out of the woods? We can hear them. We know that they're close. They fade away. What a letdown, folks. What a letdown. We thought they were about to pop out, but this course, the way it runs, it comes up close to the finish line here, and then they charge back into the woods a little bit deeper. So I will hold my breath. But we will see who pops out of these woods first. For sure, it's whoever it is, we can tell that they're running close together. We heard a couple of bikes, and then a couple more. It took a little while, so all right. I think I'm really seeing for sure. I am seeing some helmets pop up over the banners. Around this last corner, 1 lap complete. It's green A-arms, followed by the orange bumper. Cardi Buchanan, Bryson Dickerson, and hey, in 3rd place in a very close 1-2-3 train, it's Reed Stevens, the 315 of Reed Stevens on that DRR out of Morgantown, Indiana. Here on his home turf, man, he is charging hard today. This is the closest that he's been to that front battle right so far this season. And we've got a freight train of 1, 2, 3. Cody Buchanan, Bryson Dickerson, and Reed Stevens. There is no room between them. No room whatsoever between them. All right, coming in 4th place right now. I see the pink bumper. That must be Raylan Dickerson. Yep, that's Raylan Dickerson in the 4th place. Jase Strauss, though, from the XC2 row has caught up to the XC1s, and he is in the middle of it. He is right behind Raylan Dickerson and just ahead of Xander Rogers. Now Clayton Sampson has done the similar trick with adjusted timing and scoring. Clayton Sampson and Bo Boswell jumped their way up into the overall rankings. So our overall running right now is Cody Buchanan in 1st, Bryson Dickerson in 2nd, Reed Stevens in 3rd, Jase Strauss in 4th, Clayton Sampson in 5th, Bo Boswell in 6th, Raylan Dickerson in 7th, and Xander Rogers in 8th. Those are the 8 that have completed their first lap so far. Of the 8, 3 of those are XC2. Slinging it sideways around that final corner is the 323. That's Stratton Weddle out of the XC2 class. I believe that puts him in 4th in class. There's a 443. That's Colt Moore. Colt Moore out of that 90 stock class has worked his way up. He is running after 1 lap complete. Colt Moore, now he won this 90 stock class at our last round on that 90 stock 4-stroke ATV, and he has worked his way into 7th place overall after just 1 lap complete. We are 8 minutes of racing down, 22 minutes left to go, and already we've got some racing action that's shaped up, so I'm anticipating we are going to have an incredible race here at the Hoosier GNCC at Ironman Raceway in Crawfordsville, Indiana. Seeing some other 90 stock machines come through here. It looks like Jonah Kuiper out of Hudsonville, Michigan is in 2nd place. Brentley Royster just rolled through in 3rd place. Aubrey Brenner in 4th. Jacob Caesar in 5th, who won, I think, our opening round. Camden Phillips just checked in. And we're waiting on our 50 seniors to come through. So I believe that it must be that today our 90 stock started ahead of our 50 senior row. Sometimes our XC1, our XC2 always stay in the same starting position, but we'll rotate the 50 senior and the 90 stock. Sometimes they'll get to alternate their starting row. Seeing some some other riders starting to come through the woods here. And like I explained a minute ago, they come up close to the finish line, then they disappear in the woods and come back around. Eli McCrary out of Batavia, Ohio just checks in that 90 stock class. A little bit chilly this morning, but I believe the weather forecast says it's going to warm up. It's going to be a nice day for racing, so these kids right now are catching the chill. I guarantee none of them are thinking of it now, though, as they are out there on the racetrack working up a sweat rolling these bikes around. There's the 5'11" of Adeline nicely throwing her hand up as she's coming through the finish line chicanes, trying to get around Jada Nielsen. That's both of those riders in the 90 stock class. A little battle to come back there in this 7th place position, I believe. I hear yet another 4-stroke coming through. That would be Reed Robinson, followed by the 409 of Braxton Hessler. That's a lot of 90 stock class entries today here at the Hoosier GNCC. So far, we have had 12 90 stock machines check in. Definitely a stacked class. And like I said, this is the class that has had 5 different winners so far this year. There comes Brantley Slack in the 13th place, Ryder Cashman in the 14th place. Starting to hear some 2-strokes, so I'm anticipating this might be our 50 senior class checking in. Close eye, I see a blue helmet. I believe that would be the 101 of J.P. Pickens. For sure, that is J.P. Pickens right there. He's worked his way up into the 90 stock ranks, but he doesn't have much room to breathe. We got Leo Craig, Bentley Groves, Chad McCormick all checking in right on the heels of J.P. Pickens. So J.P. Pickens, 4 out of 5 wins in that 50 senior class, but he has 3 seconds to breathe. He's only got a 3-second gap. He's got one 90 stock rider between him and the likes of Leo Craig, Bentley Groves, and Chad McCormick. As the 3 of those, there's no time difference between the 3 of them. And they are chasing down the 101 of J.P. Pickens, who was off to a good start here just a few moments ago at the Hoosier GNCC, has led his way through the first lap of racing, continues to lead this thing, but he's going to have to put the hammer down if he wants to stay ahead, because he's got some hungry riders right on his heels. We are probably about a minute before the leaders check back in. Our leaders of Cody Buchanan, Bryson Dickerson, and Reed Stevens did about a 7-minute and 10-second lap time for that first lap. That first lap started on the starting line, bypassed the finish line, and charged off into the woods. So this lap might be just a little bit shorter. We're keeping a close eye. My ear is picking up some high-strung 2-strokes out there in the woods. So we could possibly be due any moment for those leaders to check in. It was the green A-arms. This is how I recognize them. It's the green A-arms of Cody Buchanan. It's the orange bumper of Bryson Dickerson. And the 315 of Reed Stevens in 3rd place. That was their running order after 1 lap complete. There's the 169 Diesel Ferris checking in out of that 50 senior class. Looks like Hunter Lazelle was just ahead of Diesel there by a few seconds. Definitely hearing some action out there in the woods. Ricky Towery has his eyes peeled as he hunkers down into that official referee jersey, trying to stay warm with the wind that's whipping through the fields and the farms of Crawfordsville, Indiana. Not so bad in the sun until the wind picks up, and then it kind of cuts through the jacket this morning for sure. Yellow flag is out. Take it easy. All right, there's an orange bumper, but that is the number 100 Wesley Congrove out of Blue Creek, Ohio in that 50 junior class. Not the same orange bumper as Bryson Dickerson from. Bryson Dickerson has been a man on a mission this year, charging hard in the earliest stages of the races. Today he started out in 2nd place, We know that he's been looking for any which way to get around Cody Buchanan. Cody Buchanan is definitely an accomplished rider and hard to pass. And likewise to Bryson Dickerson, who is hard to pass. These two have been battling back and forth. Today we've got a third element, and as Reed Stevens has been up in the mix, I hear him coming. Some wide open, hard charging two strokes. And a lot of lap traffic. I see a lot of lap traffic coming through here. There's the 413. I think there's a green A-arm. There's the number 3. Cody Buchanan, Bryson Dickerson, Reed Stevens. Man, I'll tell you what, Xander Rogers is caught up. Braylon Dickerson is right there. And now our XC2 riders are checking in. Clayton Sampson has gotten around Jase Strauss. Clayton Sampson leads that XC2 class. Jase Strauss, the number 306 DRR, is in second place. But on timing and scoring adjustment, Clayton Sampson now leads this overall. Jase Strauss is in second place overall. We saw bumper to bumper, we saw a freight train of about 15 ATVs come through here. So our XC1 riders had stacked up on top of each other. Now it's not only the top 3 that were linked together, it's actually our top 5 XC1 riders. It's our top 5 XC1 riders that were linked together in a train. The XC2 riders of Jase Strauss and Clayton Sampson had caught up to him. Clayton Sampson made a move on Jase Strauss that lap and leads Jase Strauss. And now because they are a part of that freight train, they've made up their deficit from the starting the 30-second start deficit of the starting line there. And since they've made up that deficit, it is the XC2 riders of Clayton Sampson and Jase Strauss that are leading this race on the overall timing and scoring adjustment. So, if Cody Buchanan, Bryson Dickerson, Xander Rogers, and Braylon Dickerson want to maintain that top 5 in the overall, they are going to have to break free of Clayton and Jase Strauss. Clayton Sampson and Jase Strauss there. So, going into lap number 3 here. A lot of things to happen, a lot of lap traffic there. Our course is a little bit shorter than it was in the Tiger Run just a couple weeks ago. And because of that, the lap traffic is starting to stack up on top of each other. It's changing the shape of this race. As Cody Buchanan is physically leading this race, and he's going to have to be very, very diligent to get around the lap traffic and try to break that freight train, try to shake those guys out of his draft if he wants to regain the lead in this race and take the overall win today here at the Hoosier GNCC. Some of our 50 juniors are starting to check in now. We'll take a quick rundown through them. Our 50 junior class is being led right now by Wesley Congrove, that 100 DRR out of Blue Creek, Ohio. Colston Wilson.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Test.
Our 50 senior class being led by J.P. Pickens, Leo Craig in second, Bentley Groves in third, Chad McCormick in fourth, and Blaze Mullins in fifth. A stacked class in that 50 senior class, as we've had 14 riders check in so far in that 50 senior. Our 90 stock class, we've had 17 riders check in. So far, 8 of them have completed 2 laps. Colt Moore leads this one. This will be, if he's able to hold on to this, I believe this will be his second win of the season. Nobody in this class has had 2 wins so far. Everybody, every race has had a new winner so far. Jonah Kuiper is in second place, Brindley Royster in third, Jacob DeCesar in fourth, and Aubrey Benner in fifth. I see some more 50 juniors checking in right now. Looks like I just saw Maverick Roach check in. Adeline Nicely comes through in that 90 stock class. Jaden Nelson in that 90 stock class checked in with their second lap complete, but I think it was Maverick Roach on that 50 junior that was leading that little freight train. In our XC2, we know it is Clayton Sampson that is leading this because he's got the overall time and scoring adjustment. Clayton Sampson leads that XC2, leads the overall. Jase Strauss in second place in class, second place overall. Stratton Waddell in third place. Bo Bothwell in fourth. Braden Rauch in fifth, and Jacob Pierce rounds out our top six in that class. It looks like Jacob Pierce is still working on his second lap. Our top five have their 2 laps complete. Our lap times. Take a quick look at our lap times here on our overall rankings. Clayton Sampson was able to gain the lead there because he was doing well, looks like he did a 7:51. Whereas Cody Buchanan, the leader of the XC1 class, Cody Buchanan, once he got caught up in that, in the lap traffic, he did an 8:35. So that 45-second difference between Cody Buchanan and Clayton Sampson is what gave the overall to Clayton Sampson there. So once again, our XC1 riders of Cody Buchanan, Bryson Dickerson, and Reed Stevens are going to have to shake themselves loose. Of course, Xander Rogers and Raylan Dickerson, they closed up the gap. It was a 5-bike freight train there with a couple of XC2 riders mixed in. So a 7-bike freight train came out of lap 2 going into lap 3. This is definitely going to make things interesting because there's a lot of lap traffic ahead of them. And that freight train is going to get broken up as the leader, as the engine of that freight train is going to start passing the leaders. It's going to be Clayton's, it'll be Cody Buchanan's hope and Bryson Dickerson's hope to break loose of the rest of that train and have their own little battle. Of course, every single one of these riders wants that win badly. It's Cody Buchanan and Bryson Dickerson that are tied in a championship block right now. But Reed Stevens says, don't count me out. Right place, holding the pace today of these 2 leaders who have dominated the series so far with 5 rounds complete this year. We are about 30 seconds away from these riders popping out of the woods. That is if they maintain that 8.5-minute pace. They should be picking it up. So any moment here, we could see an XC1 rider pop out of these woods. All right, the white flag is behind Ricky Towery's back. That means we are going to have 1 lap to go once these leaders come back around. Keeping our eyes peeled here, looking at as timing the scoring shook itself out. Stratton Waddell in third place in that XC2 class actually was able to move himself up to third place overall. So we've got 3 XC2 riders in this race after 2 laps. The flag is out. There is the green A-arms of the number 3. That's Cody Buchanan that leads this. Raylan Dickerson has moved herself up into second place in that XC2 class. Xander Rogers right behind Raylan Dickerson. Bryson Dickerson has dropped back to 4th place in class. Reed Stevens 5th place in class, but Jase Strauss is right up there behind Cody Buchanan. Jase Strauss now leads this overall. Jase Strauss had a 7:26 lap time. Cody Buchanan had a 7:37 lap time. Jase Strauss is right there physically behind Cody Buchanan and is leading this in the overall. Cody Buchanan continues to lead that XC1. But I told you things were going to shake up. Lap traffic was going to come into play here, and it certainly has. As that freight train did get broken apart, Bryson Dickerson and Reed Stevens found themselves in the caboose position as Jase Strauss is now hitched to the engine and is pulling their way through this final lap of racing here at the Hoosier GNCC. So we're going to run this down for you once again. It's the 3:06 of Jase Strauss out of Springfield, Ohio that is leading this race on time and scoring adjustment. Cody Buchanan with the green A-arms, with number 3 on his bike and number 3 on his helmet, is leading this one physically. He's leading the XC1. Jase Strauss that has that overall position. Raylan Dickerson in 3rd place. Xander Rogers in 4th. Bryson Dickerson in 5th. Reed Stevens in 6th. Clayton Sampson was not able to match the pace of Jase Strauss. Finds himself in 7th. Stratton Waddell in 8th. Colt Moore on that 90 stock machine is still working on his 3rd lap. As of this moment, we only have 8 riders that have completed 3 laps. So once those 90 stock machines start checking in, we'll see if Bo Boswell, or rather if Colt Moore is able to work his way back up into the top 10 overall. Stratton Waddell just checks in. He's in 9th place overall. Third, still, actually that puts him in 4th place in class. It's Bo Boswell that's got 3rd place in that XC2 class. So in XC2 is Jase Strauss with the lead and the overall. Clayton Sampson in 2nd place in that class. Bo Boswell in 3rd, Stratton Waddell in 4th in the XC2. And Colt Moore checks in now. Colt Moore on that 90 stock class. He is leading that class, worked his way into 8th place overall. Our 50 senior class, we're still waiting on JP Pickens to check in. He was leading this with 2 laps complete. Bentley Groves in 2nd place, Chad McCormick in 3rd. So JP Pickens was able to put the hammer down on that 2nd lap. He continues to lead this. He's got a 19-second gap now back to Bentley Groves. Chad McCormick is about a minute behind to that battle. And then Hunter Lazelle in 4th and Blaze Mullins in 5th. Diesel Ferris has dropped back to 6th place in class. Tort Tong in 7th and Liam Steele in 8th place. So it looks like JP Pickens is demanding the lead in that race by 20 seconds in that class. And he should be due in about 2 minutes before he comes back through here. Our overall battle is about 3.5 minutes from completion. The white flag is out. Ricky Towery is waving the white flag as we still have some 90 stock and senior junior riders checking in here. The white flag is out, and the way I anticipate this last lap going is we still had a 7-rider freight train going into the woods. It was being led by Cody Buchanan physically, but Jase Strauss is right there, hitched to him, and Jase Strauss, as long as he can stay right on the wheel of Cody Buchanan, Jase Strauss gets the overall win. Of course, Raylan Dickerson, this is one of her best runs of the season so far this year, and she's looking to get around Cody Buchanan and get her first win. She is right there on his rear bump. Her first off for the season as Raylan Dickerson back to the 4th place position in that class, 5th place overall. So with the lap traffic and the freight train that's linked together, anything can happen. One little bottleneck can send a person in the tail position, back in the 7th place position, can send them all the way up into the top 3. So a lot of action can happen here. The checkered flag is coming out, getting hidden behind the back. We're still a couple minutes away, but we've got a lot of traffic coming through here. I just saw about 10 ATVs come through the finish line here. And it looks like most of them were 50 senior, 50 junior, and 90 stock machines. But our ever-vigilant referee, Ricky Towery, has his eyes peeled to the woods. He is looking. He knows what those leaders look like. He memorizes their bikes, their helmets, their numbers. He knows exactly what he's looking for. He doesn't miss much. There's JP Pickens coming through right now. That's the 101 of JP Pickens as he continues to lead that 50 senior class. JP Pickens running right now in the overall position. He's running about 18, but he is winning that class and gaining lots of valuable championship wins. This track, we haven't seen anything like it this year, to have XC2 riders work their way up, not just into the top 3, but into the top 2 positions. We've got Jase Strauss that is leading this one right now. We haven't seen that this year with an XC2 rider leading this. So today could be a day in history of GNCC racing if Jase Strauss is able to maintain that overall position of timing and scoring adjustments. The way that he was riding, though, he's able to work his way through the pack of XC1. He physically had Cody Buchanan in his sights. So if you're along the edges of the racetrack, keep a lookout for the number 3 of Cody Buchanan and the 306 of Jase Strauss. 247 of Raylan Dickerson is right in that mix. And the 722 of Xander Rogers, followed by the number 7 of Bryson Dickerson and the 315 of Reed Stevens. We are coming down to the closing moments of this race. Just a handful of seconds to go if these riders are able to maintain their pace. Their last time around was about a 7.5-minute lap time. And we are at about almost 7 minutes and 15 seconds since the last time they checked in. So any moment now, we'll be seeing these riders come through. Putting my binoculars on myself. White flag is waving. There's the checker flag. Checker flag for the green A-arms, the number 3. Cody Buchanan, followed by 247 of Raylan Dickerson. There's the 722 of Xander Rogers. That's 1, 2, 3 in the XC1. Cody Buchanan with the win. Raylan Dickerson, her first podium this season. Xander Rogers at 3rd. Waiting on Jase Strauss. It looks like Jase Strauss got dropped from the freight train. That freight train totally broke apart that last lap. Bryson Dickerson checks in 4th place. I'm looking for that 306. What happened to Jase Strauss on that 306 ATV? He was right there in that freight train, and that freight train came apart on that last lap. Our XC1 riders checked in. Raylan Dickerson was 1.5 seconds behind Cody Buchanan, and then it was another 7.5 seconds back to Xander Rogers. All race long, these guys have been nose to tail, bumper to bumper. Bryson Dickerson came in 21 seconds behind the Xander Rogers. That freight train completely came off the tracks. Where's the 06? There's the number 11 of Clayton Sampson coming in. Reed Stevens has checked in. That 315 of Reed Stevens checks in that XC1 class. Looks like Clayton Sampson now takes the win in that XC2 class. Clayton Sampson takes the win. Jase Strauss still waiting on that 306 to check in yet. There is the 306 in front of me right there. Jase Strauss, something happened on that last final lap. Jase Strauss comes in 2nd place. The number 11 of Clayton Sampson got around him. This puts Clayton Sampson back in 6th place overall. Jase Strauss in 7th after an incredible run. Best run of the season so far. You got to make it all the way to the checkered flag, though. That is GNCC Racing.